Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining today's Jira training session. Today, I'm going to be focusing on how to create a board and also further customize your board if you require that. So, before we start, please remember to subscribe if you haven't already, share, and also give me a thumbs up if you like this video. So, let's go. So, once you're logged on into your Jira system, and you go into your project. So I'm just going to start all over from the beginning. So once you click on project at the top here, and then you click on the project you want if you already have it in your most recently opened project, or you can search and find a project if it's not a project that is recently opened or worked on. In my subsequent videos, I've already shared a video on how to search for projects, how to find your project, or even get a project created as well. So in this instance, I already have my project in my recent view. I'm going to be clicking on that. Okay, so this is my project. So by default, once you get your project created, by default, you get a board automatically created for you, right? I will show you in a minute what it looks like. At the point of creating your project, you would need to specify if you require a Scrum board or a Kanban board. That would determine what board gets automatically created for you. Okay, so in this instance, I've created a Kanban board at the point of creating my project. So now I'm going to change the configuration of this board and then create a Scrum board so you can see the process of creating a Scrum or creating a Kanban if you want to. Things to note: a project can have multiple boards created in them. The key difference between all those boards will be the identifiers, like the unique identifier you would have created to identify the different moving parts within the project or within your team. So in this instance, I'm just going to be creating a board, a Scrum board for you. So when you go into your project, on the left side, follow my mouse, on the left side, you would see where it says my project is PX board. So this is the board that has been created by default once you create your project. You could click on the drop down there, and then you can see here it says create board. So that's where you need to go to create your board. And at this point, you get a pop up that comes up, and then this is where you would choose if you would like a Scrum board or a Kanban board. In this instance, we're going to be creating a Scrum board. And then this is the key part of the information because this will be the driver to the board. So, do you want to create your board based on all the issues in the project? I just want to create a board, look at everything that I have in my project. Or do you have specific filters you've already defined? Do you have specific information or team or deliverables you want to track in this board? Then you would choose that. Or then you would choose either the saved filter or choose from an existing project. And then you can select your project and specify what you want to do. If you are not too, if you're not too advanced in terms of how you use your JQL queries to create specific filters or specific views to different deliverables, then I would suggest you use board from an existing project because that would on the first view give you everything in the project and then gives you the time to further modify and specify what you want to see. Okay, so then once you've selected board from an existing project, you click on next, and now you name your board. So I would call this board PX from. Okay, and then And the second drop down, you then specify what project you want in there. So now I'm going to be specifying my PX project. And then what location do you want it? This is, I also want it located, in the PX project. So I then click create board, and that's my board created for me. So what you're looking at here is the backlog. The reason being, I don't have any active sprints yet. Key pointers to note: when you're creating a Scrum board, remember that your epics will not be in the view for the list of all the items you can see in the backlog. On the left side, you can see where it says versioning. You can see where it says epic. Your epic would then be grouped in that way because every single thing you have in your board will be grouped based on the epic. If you remember, when you're creating your stories, your book, your tags, you would have to link them up to an epic via the epic link. In my subsequent videos, I've already talked about how to link standard issue types to an epic. That will give you a clue on how to get that done. So if you click on an epic, for example, this one that I've clicked on, it then focuses your backlog on just stories, the child of that epic, right? And then if I click on the next one, it then shows me that I don't have any stories yet linked to this epic. Okay, so you can go back to all issues as well, and then that's it. Okay, so that's how you've done to create a Scrum board. On the left hand side, you can see that I've got an active sprint. If I click on the active sprint, right now I've only got one item in my active sprint in the in progress status. So this to do, in progress, and done in Jira we refer to as column. In my subsequent video, watch out for that. I will be showing you how we further customize your columns, how you create quick filters, and also swim lanes in your board. So thank you. And if you do have any questions, if you do have any concerns, or you're trying to do something in your board as well, and you don't know how to, leave me a comment in the comment section and I will get back to you. So thank you. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with the rest of your friends and colleagues. Thank you.